Hi, this is Aditya from Just Tutors, and this is a sequel to our previous video on body movements. Just to remind you, in the previous video we have discussed about body movements and also about joints and its types. So today we'll be discussing about two subtopics. The first one is about human skeleton and the second one would be about bones. So first we'll talk about skeleton. A skeleton is a supporting structure of an organism. In this video we'll be discussing about human skeleton, and it is known to be the internal framework of the body. Since it's present inside the body, covered with all the muscles, so that's why it is referred to as an internal framework. Moving ahead, I'm going to show you the framework of a human skeleton. Now this right here is a human skeleton with all its components labeled in the diagram. This is the human skull. Now we're going to learn about some interesting facts about the human skeleton. So a human skeleton is composed of 270 bones when the human being is born, and this number actually decreases to 206 when the organism reaches adulthood. This is because some of the bones they fuse together as we age. Also, the bone mass in the skeleton, it reaches a maximum density when we turn 30. Now, an interesting fact about human skeleton is that it is divided into two parts. The first one is called the axial skeleton and the second one is called the appendicular skeleton. Now, again moving back to the same diagram, this part that starts from the skull and goes all the way down to the pelvic bone is referred to as axial skeleton. And the rest of the part of the body, which is including the hands and the legs going down the pelvic bone, is referred to as the appendicular skeleton. Now, I'll just write that here so that you get a better idea about this. Now, these two parts have been labeled right here. As discussed before, this one is called the axial skeleton and rest of the part is known as the appendicular skeleton. Now moving forth, we'll discuss about the function of the skeletal system. So the first and foremost function is that it provides a framework that supports the body and also cradles the soft organs. And the word cradle means here to take care of. It also provides protection for delicate organs like heart, lungs and brain. So these organs, these are very delicate and they need firm support to be held upon. Also it provides movement as it acts as a lever for muscles. And at the end, it also acts as a source of mineral for calcium and phosphate storage in our body. Now these are some main functions of the skeletal system. I'm going to show you one more diagram of the human skeletal system in which the different kinds of bones have been referred to and shown separately. Now as you can see, human skeletal system is composed of four types of bones. This one is a long bone that we have in our legs and in our hands. Then we've got the short bone and the flat bone, which is actually the support of the framework of the human skeletal system, and the last but not the least is the irregular bone, which is the vertebrae. It is one of the carriers that supports the delicate organs of our body. Now we'll discuss more about these parts as we'll move ahead, and we'll take into account the different parts of human skeletal system. So first we are going to discuss about the bones. Now we've already discussed that the human skeletal system consists of 206 bones when it reaches adulthood. Now out of these 206 bones, 80 bones are in the axial skeleton. Out of these 80 bones, we've got 28 bones in our skull and 52 in our torso. So I'll explain that with the help of the figure right here. So this right here is the skull, which has 28 bones, and the torso right here, it consists of 52 bones, which adds up to 80 bones altogether in the axial skeleton. Now The rest 126 bones of the human skeletal system is composed of the appendicular skeleton. Now, out of these 126 bones, we have got some in the upper extremities and some in the lower extremities. The upper extremities consist of both arms and the lower extremities consist of both the legs. Now next we are going to discuss about the bones of the hand. So we have 5 fingers which consist of 27 bones altogether. Out of these 27 bones, there are 8 short bones of the wrist or the carpus which are present right here. You can count them. Next up is the rib cage. Now the human rib cage is made up of 24 bones, and these are all symmetrically paired on the right and the left side. I'll show you the diagram of a rib cage of human beings. Now 24 bones means 12 symmetrical pairs. Now the first 7 pairs are often labeled as true bones, and the rest 5 pairs are considered to be the false sets. Now this is because they are connected to the costal cartilage right here. So the true bones are not connected to the costal cartilage, but the false ones are. Next up on the list of bones is the shoulder bones. Now the shoulder bone has got 3 main components: the clavicle, the scapula, and the humerus. The clavicle right here is the collarbone, which is right here. The second one is called the scapula, which is the shoulder blade right here. The biggest bone of the shoulder is called the scapula, and the third one right here is called the humerus. Now humerus is the upper arm bone, and this is also one of the longest bones in the human skeleton. Last one on the list is the pelvic bones. Now the pelvic bone is again part of the axial skeleton, and it is located in the lower torso. Now several bones, they unite to form the pelvis, and these ones are called sacrum, coccyx, and the left and the right coxal. Basically the tailbone and the hip bones right here. These are called the hip bones, and these are called the tailbones. Now we'll move ahead to the practice questions. So try and pause the video and see how much you have learned by attempting these questions. Now I have provided the answers for these questions. Try to check if you have gotten all of them correct or not. The first one is joints of the bones help in movement of the body. So this is something that we have learned at the start. So try to check all the answers like that. That would be all for today. Thanks for watching. For more, please visit justtutors.com. Thank you.